Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Joy Ani scrapping in my own private Idaho, and we have a really fun layout today. It is from Follow Sketch February, which is a daily sketch for the month of February, and this one is by Rebecca Luddens, and so I'll show you what I did with this layout. So the wonderful thing about sketches is you can change them to meet the needs of your pictures. So what I did with this one is, this is called rotating the sketch. So I just rotated it this way, and I'm going to use the sketch going this way. And of course, I am a two-page scrapper, so you can see that I stretched the sketch. I rotated the sketch, and I also stretched it so that it could meet all of my my sketch needs, so to speak. So let's go ahead. I think I'm going to go ahead and start on the right page, and this is and then it needs a little something something, and I'm going to actually take a survey and see what you think I should add to the layout, because this one I'm happy with. I think it's enough, and then this one needs a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and start. So this is really fun paper. I have like little scrippy scraps of it left, very little left, and I am hanging on to it for dear life. This was called Jackson. It was a close to my heart paper pack, and I have used all of it, including the bulk. I have like one sheet of the bulk left. So I love the color combination. They have used, this is Glacier and Juniper, and these two colors together I think are so beautiful. So you can see from the sketch they had arrows, but my pictures have Bigfoot, so I thought Bigfoot needed to romp past. So I'm going to kind of start with this one, because this one needs to be up far enough, so it's going to kind of determine where things sit. So I am going to go ahead and adhere my big feet, that's kind of funny, to it. So what I've done with these is, I went on Cricut Access, which was a free cut. I did the feet. I typed in Bigfoot footprints, and then I changed that to a draw, and then I did an overlay that was a draw, and then when it switched over to my mats, I had to move my feet onto my overlay, which was fine. I'm sure there's an easier way, but I tend to do things the hard way, and the important thing is I can get this silly machine to do what I want it to do, and even though they are always doing changes. So my feet are kind of like, they're lined up a little bit, so I started at a ½ inch, but to get those, let me get my ruler out, because I have a crooked eye. So I kind of want it to start at the bottom at about a ½ inch. So my feet, my first feet are going to start right there, and then they're not taking super, his pace isn't even. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to pop dot. So what I did with this one was, this was actually two, my friend Nettie taught me how to do this. So I loved the saying, I love Bigfoot. And I thought, well, that would kind of break it up, because on this side I have the Bigfoot on that side, but I thought, well, I need something on this second side. So I got this. I sized it to, I wrote this down. I sized the heart to 2.8, and then I put a heart on top of it. I put a box around it, brought it to the front, and then I attached it, and that way I don't have to put little teeny tiny letters on. I did have to glue the little tiny middles, and when you're looking for a font, if you're going to do a project like that, you might want to look for one that doesn't have the middles taken out, because when you go small, it's not fun. time to take those things up. So this is going to pop up, and I'm going to put that at 6.5, so that draws my eye to the middle. And you can see that I'm following, even though it looks like I've gone rogue, I really am following the sketch very closely. And so I'm going to put this one on here. This was Boise has a Schells, and so I'm going to put my picture. So I'm going to put my big tree, my big triangles. They could be mountains, they could be trees, they could be whatever you want to use your imagination for. So I'm going to move this up here. If you've ever gone to Schells, there's lots of photo opportunities to look. And this one is at, I believe it's Boise. It might be Meridian. I don't know the difference where one town starts and the other one stops. It's kind of all big one glob now. Okay, and people that are in Meridian saying, I can see the difference, but it's okay. So I'm putting these triangles up at 3, and this one's going to be facing down. I did edge these with brown, which is kind of anytime I cut. And I did, I cut the juniper out, this, and then used it as my shape because I have so little of this paper left that if something would have happened, if the Cricut would have gone bonkers and ruined it, I would have cried, and there should be no crying in scrapbooking. It should only make us happy. We should only have tears of joy. Okay, so this, I think I'm going to put this at 2. I do like to have things overlap, but I just don't have. And then there's this picture. And I did, my placement of pictures is a little bit different, and yours will be too, because it all is based on what size pictures that you have. I can pretty much now make any size that I want, but when I first had this, that was not the case. So I'm going to put this here. I could move it up this way, but then I have like that space, and I don't really like it. I think it's too much space. I thought about putting grass down there. I was going to do some clouds up at the top, and the clouds that I did, I didn't like, and I actually turned them over. And so I am just going to place these, and I'm going to make sure that it's in. Let me get my handy dandy ruler out while I cover up the faces of my grandchildren. I want it to be at least a 1/2 inch in and a 1/2 inch up. Well, I guess that's actually so it's a 1/2 inch in and 2 inches up. And I don't want to cover up the shape of the triangle too much. Okay, so then this is going to be, these can be fairly close because I do have some trees. I have some leftover trees from a card, and so I am going to stick that on there. It does not, the greens don't match exactly, but guess what? In the forest, your greens don't match exactly either. So that one's going to go there. And then to offset it, we're going to do, I'm going to put this one down. And this was decorative trees, but I am just using it, and this is sage, which doesn't look bad with the juniper. Sage was a color that was closer to the end. I'm gonna put those trees there like that, and then I'm going to have the dark tree. Well, put the dark tree there. Or should the dark tree go down there? And then the dark tree is going to be popped a little. Okay, that's going to be the, so yeah, so that is that page. Now, we're going to do the companion page, and we're going to bring it in here, make sure that it is all lined up. We don't want our guy to be too terribly crazy. So, okay, first thing I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to put my feet on. And my feet were, and we're just going to have it go right there, right there. So what inches? That's, yeah, that's about right, because I had him about a ½ inch up. Make sure that that's, don't want him to look like he's running around like a, okay. That one. My grandson, actually, he was a little scared of Bigfoot. He was a little bitty guy, but he did respond better to Bigfoot than he did Santa Claus, which is kind of funny. He likes animals, so maybe he just thought that was okay. Okay, so that one's going to go right there. Okay, so next I'm going to have my trees come down at 9, or whatever these, I'm never sure what these triangle things are called. And I'm going to put those down, and then I'm going to kind of play with my my Bigfoot. I cut him out at 8 inches. That is also a free cut you get if you have Cricut Access. I know a lot of people say, well, I never use my Cricut, but Cricut Access is, it's one of the few, it's a must-have for me. I'm going to see if I want this down at 10, but we'll see. We'll see. So, for my little Bigfoot, do we want him like, I think he's trying to hide a little bit, so I'm going to hide him a little bit in behind the mountains, because, you know, people just don't leave him alone otherwise. And I'm going to have that one down at 10. His toes are going to be on this picture because, after all, he does have big feet. So I'm going to do that one. I kind of like having the triangle because that way we won't lose the shape. I want this one to be almost eye to eye, because this was when the baby was looking like eye to eye at him. But actually, I'm kind of, I don't know if I should switch that over to here. No, because then he could be, no, then Bigfoot is walking off the page. So, all these important decisions. So these are, so I have 3 little pictures here. And those can, the feet can, let's move this one up till 10. And we might not be able to have space in between. I'm going to have this at half. Let me grab my ruler. Okay, and that will be our finished page. So, so the question that I have on this is, I know it needs something here. I thought about putting a sun here. I thought about putting a title, but the title that I was thinking about was Bigfoot is an Idahoan, but I don't know. The title was kind of, then I lost the footprint. So I'm thinking about either putting clouds or a sun over there. So in the description, leave me a comment and see what you think I should add to this. Should it be clouds or the sun, or a cute little title? But anyway, this is what I have done for this layout, and it just goes to show you that this was the layout, and just by turning it this way, you have a whole different idea. And I would really encourage you to stop by and see the Follow a Sketch February sketches and see what you'd like to come up with. Talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.